forget to like, share, and subscribe. If y'all don't pick my sign up. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Psychology Eats. So what's eating you? I hope this video finds you in great mental health. I am a reaction channel, and I do reactions in the mukbang sector, hence my name, Psychology Eats, and beyond. And so I've been doing some more videos about Mr. Marcus. Y'all see the title. And I am, I've been saying, I feel so defeated for the victims. I feel like a lot of you feel like we want to do something to prevent future victims. What can we do? Because Marcus is not going to stop. He is a pervert and a sexual deviant, and he's not going to stop. And I am basing that on what we know. Based on what we know that he has even admitted to, it's really like he's playing in our faces and he's throwing it in our face like, yeah, I did an interview with this 18-year-old and took her back to my house and had a sexual relationship with her, and sure, I got her pregnant, but we're both adults. It's like you're playing in our faces. You know that people, the majority of people who feel, I'm not going to say it's the majority, but there's a lot of us who know that this is wrong and that he is preying on women that are vulnerable, and he's pretending to be their savior. And so the more details that we get from these victims, the more it clarifies to a lot of people that yes, he is a pervert, and yes, he is a sexual deviant. And so how many victims are there? Well, I know I've been kind of getting like mixed up with the names of the victims that have come forward, and the circumstances. And honestly, the names don't really matter because we don't know if that is their real names anyway. That is the name that he shared and the name that they told us. Oftentimes, women and men that are homeless and in difficult situations will give you a different name. So the name doesn't really matter. What really matters is that we know he has taken advantage of these young girls. I wouldn't care if they were 50-year-old women, 80-year-old women. You're taking advantage of women and possibly men that are vulnerable in our community, and that you're saying that you're there to help them, and in exchange for your help, they must please you sexually. It really, and I said this before, is he committing a crime? From what I know, it doesn't appear that he's committing a crime, but stay tuned because I'm going to be making some phone calls, and I'm going to record these phone calls, and I want to talk to a police officer or someone in the Atlanta area and ask them, like, is this illegal? Is this illegal? What he is doing, is there some sort of law or something like that we can prevent this from continuing to happen? His channel, in my opinion, it started out as a great idea, but Marcus is using his channel to elicit sexual favors from homeless women. And they're adult women, so then is that illegal to do that? If he worked for like an agency, let's say he worked for like Salvation Army or some other alliance, like homeless alliance organization, I'm making that up. If he was an employee of of an agency and these were his clients, then obviously he could lose his job. That's against company policy. But he's in this gray area. You know, what's not gray is that you're harming these women further. You are traumatizing them further. And so there are probably more victims than we know. You know, we are getting these, stories. I think Monique, Yaya, whatever, and then another young girl who are telling their stories. Where there are 3, there are probably 6, 9, or 12. He's been out here doing this for a couple of years. And so there are more victims than we know about. And the more, that these women expose him, and in a community of homeless people, they begin to talk. Like, he's in one area, victimizing women. So hopefully they're going to, some of them will see these videos that we're making, and he's going to get a reputation that he is untrustworthy and that you can't trust him. And, let them do their little videos if they need to make the $5-10 and then leave it alone. Don't go any further. But he is a master manipulator. And so as long as he's out there, there are going to be more and more victims. And as we continue to look at these videos, I watched the video he just uploaded. And, his line of questioning hasn't changed. I'm telling you, he's playing in our face. He's still asking sexually based questions. And although these girls are like, why are you asking me this, weirdo? They're not saying that. But if you look and read their body language, which he's not able to do that, because he just doesn't care. He wants to get his rocks off. And so even if they look at him like, don't ask me that, he's going to ask them anyway, because that's for his own sexual gratification. And so moving forward, how many victims? There are a lot of victims, not just the last 3 that we've heard about. Typically, someone with his mindset of sexual deviance, they have tons of victims. They have, before he even did Atlanta street interviews, he was thinking the way he's thinking. And so he had to find victims somewhere. Somebody left a message saying that one of the girls talked about him saying, telling her kind of like this script of her being a little girl and him sexualizing her in that way. And so, like I said, he's smart enough not to get a victim that is, that we're aware of, that is 14, 15, 16. But if he can make you pretend to be that age, it satisfies his sexual hunger for that type. So I would say all of this is alleged, but I can't, because he confirmed it all. And so, if some parts of what I'm reporting on or talking about is, not correct, or these women are, not telling the full facts of what happened, even if that's true, I've heard enough come out of his mouth that confirm that, yes, I did an interview with this homeless girl. I brought her back to my apartment. She stayed there for a few weeks. We had sex. And I'm a grown-up. She's a grown-up. Yes, she got pregnant. And I convinced her to get an abortion. He said those things. He confirmed that. So it's not alleged. Marcus took that video down, but there are content creators that screen recorded it. And so it's available. And if need be, maybe that video should go to the police department. Maybe they should talk to him where he goes to find these homeless people in Atlanta. But moving forward, I am going to talk to some folks in Atlanta and see what can be done as far as, has he committed a crime, and what can we do to prevent more victims. I'm worried about more women and concerned about more women being victimized by this guy. So if you have any suggestions, please leave them in the comment section. Thanks, guys.
Guess what? I got a share with me. And hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button. And hit that little bell.
Subscribe. Say subscribe to Psychology Eats.
Subscribe to Cowboy Eats.
Not Cowboy.